Sujita sir, okay, start.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. My name is Sujay Joy. I am going to be a surgeon at arms for this meeting. I would like to welcome all of you to the 190th meeting for our club. As we all know that we are all geared up for the Independence Day celebration of our nation. Through this meeting, we will be celebrating and involving ourselves with all our fellow countrymen in this celebration, and it will also help us to give freedom of speech and communication in Toastmasters. Before starting the meeting, I would like to help you with few of the ground rules that we always follow in the Toastmasters meeting. The first one, we have to switch our mobile phones to attend this meeting attentively. The second one, as a Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics in a derogatory manner. So kindly refrain from talking about these topics. Third, let's have our videos switched on and keep ourselves muted when we are not actually communicating. And also want to remind you about the vision of the Toastmasters, that Toastmaster has to provide a healthy, protective environment and opportunities where members can practice and increase their communication and leadership skills. So without further delay, to start our meeting, I would like to call upon our very dashing president to preside this meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Swarnalata ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Sujata sir, Toastmaster Sujata sir. Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to one and all to present here. And I also see lots of guests. Welcome to our club. I welcome you all for the 198th meeting of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club. With the power and authority vested with me, I declare meeting number 190 of Speak Magic Toastmasters open. With this, I know we all are very happy, excited today. Why not? We are on the eve of celebrating our 75th Independence Day, isn't it? I know the entire flag background, it's so exciting. And, when we talk about our country, it's not about just these moments like, Independence Day, Republic Day. The essence is carried how long every minute we live with it. I would like to narrate a very small story incident. When I was in US for 6 months, every day, whether it is a supermarket, whether it was in a temple or a restaurant, whenever I met someone Indian, just by the talk or the accent, language, Hindi, Telugu, Malayalam, whenever I used to meet someone, it was as if they have been my friends for a long time. I used to just bump into them and say, "Oh, you're an Indian?" And you know what? Even when we meet each of us in daily life, we don't give so much importance to like, oh, we are Indians. But once we are out of our country, we realize the roots to which we are connected. The unity. It is not surprised. The opposite person also welcomes you with such a warmth. They may not be acquainted to you, but then still, the one small thread that connects all of us. So today's theme is also all about this unity with diversity. And I'm not here to lecture you about unity and diversity, which we have been learning all throughout our lives. N number of assignments, N number of essays written on the same topic, debate clubs, everything we have done. So this is just a small introduction for today's meeting. And I see few guests today. So I would like the guests to introduce themselves and let us know a little bit about them. How did they come to know about our club? Can I have our first guest, Mr. Mathu Siddharth?
Yes, good evening to all of you. I am Mathu Sridhar. I represent Emerging Leaders Toastmasters Club. I came to know of your club through a posting that was done in the President and VP WhatsApp group. I saw that posting and it sounded interesting. So I thought, let me step into this meeting and enjoy a little. And that's the reason for why I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's so delightful when we have Toastmasters from other clubs. The kind of learning is totally different.
Continue, Swadna.
One sec, one minute. I am hearing my own voice echo. Just give me a minute. I think my YouTube is also running behind me. One sec. Can I have the next guest, Mr. Karthik, introduce himself?
Hi, this is Karthik. Hello. Okay. I came from Madurai, and I come to know about this Chennai Toastmasters from through online. So I just got a number, like I emailed them, and Mrs. Swarna ma'am called me through that number. That's how I came here. So yeah, thank you. It's a very nice place. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Guest Meenakshi.
Hi everyone. I'm sister of Mr. Karthik, who just told me about Chennai Toastmasters, and this is my first time I'm attending this Chennai Toastmasters. And let's see later how's my experience. I'll just tell about it later.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for joining. It's just now we celebrated Raksha Bandhan. I think here we again see the same sentiment floating. Thank you for coming. So before I proceed further, I have a few announcements as a president of the club. First is we have our club contest, humorous speech and evaluation contest coming up on 1st of October. So October, we are going to witness two club contests. That will be our evaluation contest and the humorous speech contest. I want all of you to rock the stage. And we will be having a lot of education sessions in the month of September. I'm planning 2 to 3 education sessions separately for all of you. So please attend all the sessions and get yourself enriched. And this time, last time we reached to district where we couldn't do the podium finish. So I hope this time we will reach that district again and take the trophy with us. So that's it from me. And apart from that, there is a club success plan Excel that has been circulated to all of you. I sincerely request you all to please register yourself in that, accept your goal, because without a planning, we all will fail. So we need to plan our education goals in that. So kindly, whoever has not done that, please do it, because I am going to upload it. So I just want to check with all of you. So that's one thing. And if time permits, at the end of the meeting, we'll be doing another important thing. That is a moment of truth. Based on the time I will decide, or else we will do it in the next meeting. It is a reflection of true reflection of how we are as a club. So let me see if the time permits. It's just a 10 to 15 minutes task, but it will be done with total sincerity. So now you all know that I am the Toastmaster of the day. So let me welcome myself as a Toastmaster of the day. For the benefit of the guests, let me explain who is a Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day is nothing but he or she is a MC of the day, who is going to take you throughout the meeting to the different pathways or different sessions of the meeting. So in Toastmasters, we have 3 different sessions. The first one is prepared speech, where a Toastmaster well ahead of time prepares his speech. He is mentored by his mentor and is all set to give a speech. And the second is we have table topics, which is the most interesting part of any Toastmasters meeting, where members, there will be a TP master who will be giving you a topic at impromptu, sudden, and you have to gather your knowledge and give your speech in 1 to 2 minutes. The third part, which is the most valued part of any Toastmasters journey, is the evaluation session, where we will have evaluators, a general evaluator, who will be evaluating the entire meeting, the given prepared speech, and will give you a lot of feedbacks of what has gone good and what should be improved. So this is how a general Toastmasters meeting is divided. Now, coming back to today's meeting, you all would have seen the theme. The theme is celebrate the diversity with variety. So before I begin, I want all of you to do a favor to me. I'm going to give you 3 questions and I want all of you to answer in the chat. First, which city are you logging from? From which city are you logging into this today's meeting? Please use the chat for expressing the which city you belong to. Yeah, I got it. Pune, Chennai, Durgapur, Mysore, Madurai, Kochi. I'm from Kochi. Okay. My next question to you all is, what is your favorite dish? Any favorite dish. I'm not serving it, but then any favorite dish. Pizza, dosa, rasam rice, fried rice. Oh, that's my favorite city. Visibilabad, Lakshmi, biryani. Your favorite clothing style. The third question is your favorite clothing style. Saris, kurtas, oh, demons, casuals, mint. Okay. My only purpose for asking these questions is, if you could see, we all are just, I guess we are just 16 members present in this room, but how many varieties? Should I really talk about diversity in India? In just a small meeting, 16 members, we have all of us, at least 9 to 10 different cities we have been logged in. And we have 10 different varieties of dishes and 10 different varieties of wares that we do. India is a kaleidoscope of diversity. You name it a culture, you name the food, you name religion, you name the dishes, cuisine, we are different. Let me take you to a small example of chai. We people, Indians, are known as chai, the community of tea people. If you start at the top, Delhi, no one cannot forget the hot piping tea with lots of adrak, which is ginger in it. And it's like a divine, no place. I have seen preparing tea. We take in the south, we may take a 1 inch or 2 inch of ginger, but in Delhi, if you see, they literally take around 200 to 300 grams of ginger, blasting it and putting it in the tea and making it boiling for a half an hour. Oh, no words to explain. Come a little down, come to Lucknow, Lucknowi chai, where the cardamom flavor is so strong that you will stop thinking, where is the ginger in it? But they do add ginger, but the cardamom is so strong. If you think if these two chais are only good, come to Hyderabad, the Irani chai, got the brown color water. It's such a steamed, if 1 cup of chai is steamed, you will feel like, where is my energy? It's such a great. And if you think that's it, who can forget chai, Nayar Kada Chaya in Kerala? The first time when I visited Kerala, I saw it was like white in color, not the dark brown shade. And I was like, what is this? I told him, Bhaiya, please add more decoction to it. No, I like strong. But he said, you have this chechi. Then I had. And now I'm a big fan. I understood the combination of light milk and light tea, but still it makes an awesome chai because they don't drink a small quantity. They need a big quantity of glass tea full of chai. That's why they have a reduced tea. So when it's just a tea is a drink, but the variety of diversity that it has, it's awesome. So before you all think about all other food items, let me come back to the Toastmasters meeting. Today in our Toastmasters meeting, the first session is a prepared speech session. We have 2 Toastmasters who are all set prepared for their speeches. So before I call upon the speakers, let me call upon their evaluator. So the first evaluator for today is Toastmaster Navamita. I request Toastmaster Navamita Sarkar to explain the evaluation criteria for our first speaker. I'm sorry. I think I have to introduce the G. Sorry. Let me call upon our G, General Evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Vikas sir.
Very good evening to you all Toastmasters and dear guests. The role of the general evaluator, as the name suggests, is to evaluate everything which takes place during this meeting of Toastmasters. So I will note down each and everything which happen in a right way, as well as the area of the improvement also. I will take note of each and everything, but to support me, I'm having a team of timer, aha counter, and grammarian, which is known as a tag team. First of all, I would like to call my timer, and she's none other than our own Dr. Toastmaster Dr. Rajeshwari. Over to you, ma'am. Please explain your role. Thank you.
I'm Toastmaster Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata, and today I will be the timer. My role is to note down your time of the speech, and at the end of the meeting, I will be giving a report on the time. I will be showing the red flag as the speech finishes, and before that, the green flag will be shown, and before that, the yellow flag will be shown. So keep an eye on the screen for the flag so that you come to know your finishing time and then you can be alert. So that's about my role. The table topics will be around 2.5 minutes and the prepared speeches are 7 minutes. So 5 to 7 minutes. So keep an eye on the screen for the flags, red flag, green flag, and the yellow flag. So that's over to dear Modi.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dr. Rajeshwari. Then we are having the second member of the evaluation team, and that is surprise. And even I also don't know his or her name.
I'll help you out, sir. This person, I kept it surprised, or rather, he wanted to be surprised because he is coming back to the club after maybe 2 months. So we thought, why not we welcome him with a special? So for members of this club, they know he is one of the very handsome, dashing, and definitely the most eligible bachelor of our Speak Magic Toastmasters family. So any guesses who is he? I can give you a second clue, but any guesses? Come on. Okay, he belongs to Delhi. Partha sir, you might be knowing him.
Sarthak?
Sarthak.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to Sarthak Arora. He's back with a bang after a break. Sarthak, you're the counter.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing fine, amazing. Yeah. So I would like to keep it a surprise because I feel that let me keep it a surprise. I have come after a long time and now I can see the happy faces in front of each and everyone like Swarnlata ma'am, Satya sir, Partha sir, Vikas sir, and Rajeshwari ma'am, everyone. And I'm very happy to be back in the meeting today after I believe it's almost 2 months. I remember I told myself that I will be coming back with a blast. So this is somewhere I feel that now is the right time to bounce back or come back. So now me as our counter for today will be noting down ums of all the people, all the Toastmasters and guests who are present here. And like any person who is using and there are as well filler words as well, that is well, so, like, but, and some words can be repeated, so that will be noted down by me. That is the R counter today. And that's all about my report. I will share the report once the general evaluator Toastmaster Vikas will call me, and that's all. Let's enjoy the meeting with this Independence and Toastmasters of the Day team. Thank you. Over to you, Vikas sir.
Thank you very much, Sarthak. Nice to see you back in the meeting and looking forward to have you in each and every meeting. Now I would like to call the most important member of my team, because we will give the speeches, we will play different roles, and this person is there to help us in improving our language. And he is none other than our own TM Joy, the grammarian of the day. Over to you.
Thank you, Vikas sir. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listen carefully of their language usage. I will take a note of all misuse of the English language, as well as outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, I thought, being with the context of the independence, I've chosen the word freedom, which means power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants. To give an example, nothing is more precious than independence and freedom. So with this, during the end of the meeting, when called upon, I will provide the grammarian usage report. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you. Hope today's meeting helps us and provides freedom for our communication skills. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Joy. Thank you for introducing the word of the day, which is freedom. I will also try to incorporate this word during my evaluation. So now I will hand over podium to Toastmaster of the day, Swarnlata ma'am, and I will present report at the end of the meeting whenever I will be called upon. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, General Moderator. Now I would like to call upon our first evaluator, Toastmaster Navamita Sarkar. She is HR by professional, but now she is entering into career coaching. She has recently completed her NLP course. So I would like Toastmaster Navamita to explain the evaluation criteria for our first speaker.
Yeah, am I audible? Is my voice echoing?
Yes, yes.
1 minute. I have joined from 2 devices because of my.
Yeah, am I audible now? Loud and clear? Okay. Thank you so much. It's a very good evening, fellow Toastmaster and my dear. Today, as an evaluator, I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Nitya Murali Krishnan, whose pathway is innovative planning, and she is going to deliver her speech on level 1, project 2. Timer, please note that her speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. So her speech title is Independence and Intricate Patterns. So best of luck to my target speaker. I will come back with my report when GU will call me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Navamita. Now I would like to introduce this person. She got introduced to me as a newcomer when she joined our club. I thought, okay, she's like, engineer. And later she became a mentee. And every time I see her writing the speech and her dedication to help me with the club PR activity. I really wonder where is the engineer in her? Because the writing is so flawless. I have to tell her. Every time she sends me a speech and says, ma'am, just check, I would like go into other world and where is the Shakespeare hidden? So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our first speaker who is attempting her project 2, level 1, Toastmaster Nitya.
Thank you for that introduction, ma'am. Just a second. Yeah. Can I start? Independence and Intricate Patterns, a celebration of modern India. A very good evening to all of you. Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny. And now the time has come when we redeem our pledge, not wholly or fully in measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. These were the exact words that were uttered by our very first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, as when we as a nation woke up to freedom on 15th August 1947. As we stand at the brink of our 75th year of freedom, we need to start remembering a lot of things, but one element or one thing that really stands out and needs to be discussed is something that is that sort of appreciates and helps us admire the diversity of country, and that is our art. Now we have a lot of art forms, a lot of paintings, there are a lot of things, but each is specific to a unique culture, and we have a melting pot of cultures. The more, the merrier. Now we have such a huge list of rich and diverse handicrafts that it is hard to put them down to paper and not run out of time. So I am going to go through and talk about both textile designs as well as paintings in the course of the next few minutes, for both constitute art according to me. Let me start with something. Now, let us go into visualizing what I see. Imagine a fabric that you have in the color of the sky. Now, the color of this vast, expansive sky brings us peace, doesn't it? Now, superimpose a thunderbolt or a chevron. A chevron is like a triangle, chevron-like pattern in white over the blue, like you do in MS Paint while in school. Now, the end result is something so beautiful and so unique that it has a piece of your heart and a part of your culture. This is precisely the ikat pattern. There has never been a moment in my life that I have not been enraptured by ikats. Now, this piqued my interest so much that I decided to research and unearth a lot more about it. Turns out the very first ikat pattern was found in the Ajanta caves in Maharashtra in the 7th century AD. Now, there are two types of ikat. One is Pochampalli and the other one is Mangalgiri, though we tend to spot the Pochampalli version more often in the market. Now, there is also a Gujarati version to ikat, which is called Patola. Now, Patola has designs which are two-dimensional projections of the basic version. This is one of the first designs that we've seen. Now, the second on our textile map happens to travel in a linear direction to another place called Machilipatnam in Andhra Pradesh. I'm pretty sure you would have guessed what I'm talking about. We're talking about the art form called kalamkari. Now, kalamkari means just as what it is, which can be broken down to the words kalam and kari. Kari means work and kalam means pen. So kalamkari comes with all hand-drawn paintings and drawings, and they have various popular motifs of Hindu deities and mammals like elephants, deer, etc. Now, since these are hand-drawn, they generally tend to be very expensive, but are also very, very unique and can be passed down as heirlooms to future generations. And they can, you obviously get to cherish them with everybody. So the next point on our map, now we are still in the south. So next point on our map is going to be in the east. So we're going to travel eastwards to the state of Orissa, to the city of Puri. Now this art form is called Patachitra, which literally means painting on paper. Now the legend goes that the Jagannath temple, you all know that Puri Jagannath temple, right? So the deity Lord Jagannath in Puri has been worshipped there for a long time. So when people were not able to access the temple or when it was closed, the drawing of deity was done on paper, and that became very popular among the locals. So this led to the point where it became so popular that other deities were also being drawn on papers. So this gradually led to Patachitra being a very, very popular art form, and I personally find it to be a very intricate and a nuanced art form. This is the next point in the east. Now we're going to go to the easternmost corner in our map, which is West Bengal. Now we have a design form called Jamdani there. That Jam means flower and Dani means rice. So this again consists a lot of floral motifs, which are very interesting to see. The next point from our east is going to be to the central part of the country, which is Madhya Pradesh. Now we have a lot of popular Gond paintings there. The Gond paintings are done by the tribals of Madhya Pradesh, and they are called the Gond tribe. Their paintings are of all slice of life things like birds, nature, etc. And they make very, very beautiful and detailed drawings where both the inner and outer outlines are highlighted. So this is with respect to the gold. Now we've come to the center part of the country. The next point on our art map is going to be towards the westernmost part of the country, which is Rajasthan. The moment you hear the word Rajasthan, I'm pretty sure two things are what get conjured in your mind. One is the dry climate, and next is the arid land. I mean, the place is so dry, we all know it. So the art form I'm going to be talking about, or the design I'm going to be talking about, is called Leheria. Leheria can be broken down to the word Leher. Leher means waves, and that is essentially an antidote to a state which is supposed to be very dry. So this imagery makes so much sense because for a place that is so dull and dry, the water is supposed to be a very soothing thing to them. So this is precisely the reason why Leheria is very popular in Rajasthan, and it consists of rich colored clothes, and you have waves of white running across just like water leaves would. So this is with respect to Leheria. So over the course of the last few minutes, I hope I got the chance to take you all through a journey of lesser known textiles and patterns and designs and a lot of other things. And I hope you're all enriched with some more knowledge than before. And I'm glad to do it on a day which is very, very special to us as a country. And we're in the eve of our independence of the 75th year. So I'm just glad I'm doing it on this day. There's just so much to our country. And there's only so much I could explore in this speech as well. I mean, there is so much diversity that I don't think I can put it down to this and not take 20 or 30 minutes. So 3 cheers to our Tiranga. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nitya. It was indeed, very fascinating speech with you taking us to every part of India. But you know what? This is going to cost me heavy. Now you have told me about different costumes and different design. I think my husband will not like it because I have to, if I have to take all these dresses, then that should be a bad thing for him. And then, so let us proceed for the second speech. Before I call upon the second speaker, I would like to call upon his evaluator, who is Toastmaster Partha, who has recently completed his pathway of effective coaching, and we are waiting for him to start his second pathway. So Toastmasters Partha has always delivered a speech with a subtle sense of humor. I hope he will be coming out with flying colors in our contest this season. So Toastmaster Partha Bhattacharya.
Very good evening, dear Toastmaster and guest. Today I am evaluator. My target speaker, Satyanarayan Panda, is going to attending his level 4 project 1. Timer, please note that the time of the speech is 5 to 7. The purpose of the project is the member to develop and apply skills for the coaching fellow member or a person outside the Toastmasters who can benefit from his or her expertise. And another one is the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his and her experience of the coaching. I will share my evaluation by called upon by evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Partha. Now I would like to call upon this special speaker. Our speaker for today is a career acceleration coach who works with GE, and apart from this, he is a human being who can break any difficult topic into a very normal way. When you hear him talking, I feel even the rocket science, he can break it and tell you that it is nothing but a cylinder filled with fuel. You put a fire, it will fly. So without further ado, let me call upon Toastmaster Satya on stage for his speech.
Mama! An average child can recall as far as 2.5 years. Can you just recall what is your favorite sibling fights? Any one of you, please. You fight for what? Anyone?
Who gets up first?
Mobile
Okay.
remote.
Anyone?
For TV.
Huh?
TV remote.
Okay. But for me, it was different. Who my father will hold. Okay. Because we are a small family of 8 siblings. This, and this. But what I can recall so far, because we all can recall to 2.5 years, how my father hold me. When I was very small, a child, I'm not recalling it because I've only seen in the pictures, he used to hold me like this. Oh, so beautiful. And when I grew a bit old, I started walking, he used to hold me on his hips. Like, it's difficult for him because he has a big belly. Okay. And when I was in a fair and he went to show me things, he will hold me like, can you see better? Can you see everything? Yeah, Papa, I am enjoying. Okay. So today's speech is not more about the childhood fights, the sibling fights. It's more what I figured out when I grown old with the way my father used to hold me. I lost my father last year. So coming to the point, it was 2017, I am promoted to be a manager, and I belong to a company which is with the legacy of the great Thomas Alva Edison and Mr. Jack Welch, my favorite. So in GE, when you join a department as a manager, the first thing you need to do is to find your successor. That means the person who will be replacing you. Okay. Having this in mind, in the first performance appraisal, I am having my scanners on. Who is there? Who is there? So my way to assess is to measure the level of hunger somebody is having, whether he is having that hunger in it or not. If it's not, he may be talented, he may be smart, but he is not a good fit for my selection. So I went and I made a number of interviews, performance appraisal, but no, I somehow that hunger is missing. Now this gentleman, this is a young engineer, and I called him. So the standard manager question, where you are looking at you after 3 years? Standard question, boring, yeah. But yeah, this person kept quiet. Why he's keeping quiet? I assured him, don't worry, it is between you and me. Sir, I am planning to quit this job. I am looking at opportunity outside. Why? Why are you doing that? Can I help you? But right now, this is not a boring question. I am feeling the enthusiasm because first person to ask for something, boss, I am very much qualified. I am actually having the degrees which even my seniors are not having, but I am deprived of those opportunities. Can you help me? Can you help me, sir, in getting an opportunity? The connect stayed away built. And over the few couple of next days, our interaction grown because, yeah, we had a purpose. And in coaching, it's a relationship of co-creation. That means you are playing a game of positive sum outcome. That means both are the winner. I find my purpose, my successor, and he'll find his purpose. But when you are in a job and you are not having it, that means something is there. You need to find out. With my scanners on, I keep observing that this person is a wonderful professional, wonderful, exceptional skills. Few of the one which I can correlate, I can collect. Technical ability, superb supervisory skill, excellent. Calculation and arithmetic and analytical skill, superb. Why he's not having it? I tried to see why this is not having it. So once I notice this person is not picking the opportunities given to him. Whenever I offer him to speak in a meeting, initially he will say, sir, next. Why next? Once I force him, you speak. Now he got short. I figured out, yeah, he's having an issue of fluency in communication. And often I feel that it's a latent feeling of fear which is stopping him. So we discussed. I explained him with my observations, and this fellow has agreed. and he worked really hard. Few things which really worked well for him, like wonders. First, kiss, not that type of kiss. It's keep it short and simple. You are not fluent, but believe you are an engineer, and engineer don't love languages. They love fact and data. This person is an analytical person. So wonder, second wonder. And third, he is like Fevicol, very sticky. Once he commits something, he is into it. And believe me, within 6 months, he has got an opportunity to speak and represent the company in CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, and won the gold hour for us. Later, he figured out he has done really well for him, and we ended that conversation with agreement that he is going to have some good goals, wonderful goals for him. So the point is how I conclude with the way that my father hold me. When I was just started walking, he hold me in his hips to let me see what he can see. When I grown old, he hold me up and on his shoulder just to let me see what he cannot see. That's the key to coaching. But before that, he hold me on his arms, because affection and connection really matters. Last week, that person quit my organization. I was sad because I have seen my future successor in him. But we don't teach bird to fly because we want to keep them in our nest. We want them to fly high in freedom. Toastmasters of the day, what's your way to build that connect? Thank you.
Oh, wow. Toastmaster Satya, last week I told you that I didn't feel the magic, and today you just blow me out of this. You just literally swept me into the ocean. This is what a Toastmaster Satya is capable of. Congratulations! What a speech! What a speech! Thank you very much. It was a delightful speech.
My pleasure.
So, dear Toastmasters and guests, now we are done with our session, the first session, that is a prepared speech. Now we will be moving into the most exciting session of all Toastmasters meeting, that is the table topics. Before that, I would request all the guests kindly fill in the guest celebration form that is being put into the chat. And now I am going to
Are you on mute? We can't hear you.
Now you're able to hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
There is something. Now I'm going to post you the options for the best speaker. So kindly vote for it. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Partha Bhattacharya to take us through the interesting table topic session. Partha, sir.
Very good evening to my dear Toastmaster and dear guests. Today, I am the table topic master for this evening meeting. Today's topic is very, very much interesting, and obviously based on the Independence Day. Sometimes I'm quite surprised to the questions, but most of the questions will touch your heart because it is all about the freedom. So who is ready to take first? Please put your name to the chat box or raise hand, whatever you want. Okay, Sutta sir, I love. Your topic is this. Please share whatever things come in your mind.
It started with a very small initiative. The freedom is a very big word, but very big words can have very small starts. It started all with a little bit of thread from hand woven cotton. Yes. So whatever you are seeing on the picture is an indication how big dreams like a freedom can have a very small and very nominal start. And right now, you can see all here, my new India is enriched, is the Vishwaguru, and is the global power. Sky is the limit when you believe in small starts.
Wow, such a wonderful speech, such a wonderful speech. Love your perspective, sir. So who want to go next? Please raise your hand. I don't know, I am not able to see the chat box.
You have a guest CB, guest Mark2, so that's are there.
Hello, Father. Can I speak something about the next slide?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
CB.
Who is Nitya already raised hand? So I think CB sir, do you want to take the next one?
No problem. You continue. Somebody.
They both raised their, they both had written much before me, so I can go after both of them. That's okay.
Okay. So CB sir, please take your topic. Yes. Next.
When I see this pic, what comes to my mind is what and all struggles we have undergone before our independence. Like we are literally struggled to get our basic rights, and we are dominated from the people who came from outside and ruling us for nearly 200 years. Like so, and the immediately what I then but after the independence, we feel the things have completely changed. Our government, we have beautiful government, taken us to forward, and the lot of policies we got, and we are basically we are enjoying our basic rights, what we can do. Previously, it was not happening, but after the freedom, we can able to move freely all over our country, and there is no restriction. So these are the things that comes to my mind when I see this pic. Thank you.
Lovely speech, sir. Lovely speech. You mentioned our struggle during the freedom fighting time, how we get our freedom, the toughest way. And right now the situation is completely changed. We get the freedom in every aspect of life. I love your perspective. Thank you, sir. Who want to go next? Sridhar sir, do you want to take? Hello?
Yes, I would like to, yes.
Okay, the topic is on the screen. Freedom does not mean to me.
Good evening, table topic master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Freedom does not mean that you can spoil things. Freedom does not mean that you can speak whatever you want. Freedom does not mean that you can interfere in others' affairs. Freedom does not mean that you can criticize. Freedom does not mean that you can comment. Freedom does not mean that you have the right to go and do whatever you want. Freedom does not mean that you can practice whatever your mind says. Freedom does not mean that being irresponsible. Freedom does not mean that you can ignore things. We need to be responsible. We need to do our work. We need to find our place. We need to be ethical. We need to be legal. But when all this is practiced, I think freedom has a meaning. Freedom does not come free. Freedom has been restored to us, given to us with a lot of sacrifice. And therefore, to be worthy of it, we should always try to maintain certain decorum, certain decency, certain courtesy, certain character, certain effort, which will uphold the dignity of our country and our family as such. Over to you, table topic master.
Wow, wonderful speech, sir. Wonderful speech. I love the words freedom and responsibility. Yes, we are free, but we are equally responsible to take each and every actions. Our actions should not hamper other persons. I can't destroy anything, be a free. So the responsibility we have to take care of being a free. I love this. So who want to go next? Nitya, you want to take next?
Yes, sir, I can take up the next topic.
Your topic on this screen.
What exactly is it supposed to be?
It's a rifle. It's a rifle. Amar Jawan Jyoti.
Exactly, sir. It is Amar Jawan Jyoti.
It is?
It is Amar Jawan Jyoti. It is on New Delhi.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
iconic for the Martin soldiers.
I'm sorry, but I'm not aware of that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do any sort of justice to the picture. Could you give me some other image? Because I can't talk about something I don't know at all.
I will help you out. It is lightened in the honor of the soldiers who have lost lives. So throughout the year, this flame will not be, it will not be dimmed. It will always be lightened in the memory of the soldiers who have lost lives.
This is regarding the freedom struggle, or there is one more for the Kargil war as well, right? That's different.
It is same. It's not for Kargil war, it's for entire war that we have fought and soldiers who have
Okay,
lost.
so I can speak anything about this picture, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Yeah, so one look at the picture only reminds me of the amount of blood that has been shed and the amount of sacrifice that the soldiers and this, as a result, their families have done as well. It's not easy to be a soldier. You live to die one day. That is what is very popularly said of being a soldier. Now, the Kargil Vijay Divas is something I'm more acquainted with, and this Amar Jyotis is a very, very nice thing that you can, in a nice way to honor the martyrs, because the amount of sacrifice they've done for the country is not that simple. I mean, there's just so much trouble regarding just a piece of land, but it's gone on to become such a big problem. And looking at rifles, they remind me of something else as well. Any guesses? Do you all remember the rebellion of 1857 we read in history, where there became a huge problem? And I'm pretty sure we all learned about Mangal Pandey as well. These rifles reminded me of the Sepoy mutiny, and that again has a lot of really bad memories associated with it. I can only associate freedom. Of course, freedom comes at a price. That is what they say. It's not easy to get freedom. So I only hope we value our freedom, thereby honoring all those soldiers and understanding the impact of what their families have lost, and let's keep them alive in our memory, inside our hearts, as a flame burning inside our hearts forever. Thank you.
Wonderful, Nitya. I love your perspective. You shared the struggle of our soldiers, and you referred the Kargil war, how this time the soldiers sacrificed their life for the motherland. Wonderful speech. Who want to go next? Sarthak,
I would like to go.
Okay. Your topic on the screen.
Okay.
तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. सुभाष चंद्र बोस.
Okay. So in my school time, there was a model or scripture of Subhash Chandra Bose. So that made me remember that there was a scripture of that personality, that is Subhash Chandra Bose, and there that line was written, "Tum mujhe khoon do, main tumhe azadi dunga." So from there, I listened this quote first time, and then slowly and gradually, as these freedom days were coming, I was automatically listening to this song. So what made us feel that this song is actually so precious, which made us remember of the time when we were not actually free. So what I feel that this song is all about when we are fighting for ourselves, that we are actually getting that blood out of it. And when Subhash Chandra Bose was asking in that time to get that freedom, that you give me blood, I will give you freedom. So that is somewhere made us our blood so hot that it is giving us energy to express our freedom towards our nation. And there I feel that is the way this song has been produced, तुम मुझे खून दो मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. And I feel that everyone, when we read this line, there a sense of freedom, a sense of kind of nation, freedom for the nation always arises in each mind of us. Yeah. So that I feel that it's connected all together towards a freedom, towards Independence Day and Republic Day, and we are all happy that we have got these kind of superheroes in that time, which made us free, wherein we are a part of this independent country that is India. So I'm very blessed and happy to be a part of this country, and we all want that. We all give like blood, and we have got that freedom in this life. So thank you. Over to you, to TMOD. Yeah, TTM.
Sarthak, your speech was such a phenomenal, and it's remind me my school days. I also remind the school days during this Independence Day. We used to heard this type of slogan on that day, and it was so inspiring. And one point I want to rectify you, correct you. It was not any song or anything. It was the speech of the Subhash Chandra Bose when he asked to the countrymen that time after forming the Azad Hind Fauj that we need blood. We need blood. I will bring the freedom. So that was
Could I
such
add a point here?
Yes, Nitya, please.
I find Subhash Chandra Bose a very intriguing a personality. So if anyone is interested, there's a film called Gumnami on Hotstar. You can actually check it out.
I have already seen.
Oh, you've already seen it. I just started watching it.
Wow.
I mean, it's a lot of conspiracy theories, of course, but it's about him, and I find him very intriguing. I would like to know more about him. So if it's the same case, please to check it out. I don't have to share it.
But Nitya, it is not proved yet. It is true or not. That is a little bit confusion. Is that it was really or not?
Of course, yeah. We don't know if it's true or not. I mean, yeah, a lot of it is like very confusing.
Yes.
But that's I think those are the only kind of films available on public domain about him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nitya, please share it on the chat so that whoever interested can.
Sure, ma'am. I'll do that.
So for the next, who want to go next? Anybody, please raise your hand.
Uma ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, your topic is on the screen.
Yeah. Kargil Vijay Divas, 26th July. So we all remember that Kargil is a war which was fought. I'm not very sure. It is a, remembrance of the soldiers who fought during the Kargil war, and they are all hoisting the flag in memory of the victory of the war. So I'm not very sure what the Kargil war was for, but the name definitely inspires me. The Vijay Divas, it says, means success. They are enjoying and celebrating the success of the victory of whatever they have fought. And we always remember the soldiers who fought for that. And definitely we should know more about it during this freedom time. And we all enjoy our freedom, but we never know what was the struggle behind it. So this is time to reflect on all such things. And thank you, Partha, for making us remember that we have to know the reason behind whatever we are celebrating. As a citizen of India, we should know about all these things. And now I'm at a loss to tell what is Kargil. But I definitely remember the soldiers who fought for the war, and I owe a lot of things to them, and also the people who are guarding our borders. So a great salute to them. Thank you.
Wonderful speech, ma'am. I love your line. We all love to enjoy the freedom, but we sometimes forget the struggle behind the freedom. Kargil war, as far I remember, it was happened in 1999. Some Pakistan militant in the infiltration in the Indian border, the Poonch sector in Kargil, and Indian army fight back. After a struggle, a lot of struggle, not only for this fight, the natural challenges was there, because it was perpendicular path they have to be reached on this point. It was totally 90-degree surf the hill. So it was really challenging for Indian Army to fight for this war, but they proved their ability, they saved their motherland, and it is really, really time to celebrate ourselves, their sacrifice, they put their best for save our country. Wonderful perspective. I love this perspective. Thank you, ma'am. Who want to go next?
Pratha sir, can you call guest Karthik, Meenakshi ma'am, Sneha Priya?
Okay. Actually, I am not able to see in the raise hand. I don't know. There is some
You
setting
can just
issue.
call out. You can call out. Karthik, Meenakshi ma'am, Sneha Priya.
Okay, okay. Karthik sir, do you want to take next?
I would like to, sir, but I have some common cold problems. So next week I'll make it out. Thanks for mentioning my name, by the way.
Okay.
No problem.
No issue, no issue.
I have got a bad throat, yeah. So next time.
No issue. Meenakshi ma'am, do you want to take next?
Okay, Meenakshi. Okay, let's go ahead with Pravat sir. Pravat Ranjan sir has raised his hand.
Okay, sir. Over, sir, your topic on the screen now. Over, sir, are you there?
Yes, yes. It is Red Fort?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you. This is one of the most important and most reputed heritage sites in India that we really feel proud of. After independence, and India was declared a republic country, the Red Fort has been in light and in news, and most of the time where most of the celebrations through Independence Day, Republic Day, and the Gandhi Jayanti, etc., are celebrated. This reminds us the freedom struggle that India had fought with the British for over many years, and what we really enjoy these days are the freedom of speech, freedom of choices, freedom of working, freedom of taking decisions, visiting, traveling, executing our own projects, whatever the possible, it has been possible in our life. This because of the freedom struggle people have fought in those years and has borne fruit for us these days. And this reminds us to remain grateful to those persons who have spared their lives for our freedom, and also to be in such a state of fighting for one's own freedom and the freedom of one's fellow being and the country. Thank you very much.
Wonderful speech, sir. I love your perspective. You also pointed out the sacrifice of the freedom fighter they did, for which we are enjoying the freedom. Thank you, sir. Who want to go next? Any guest want to take?
Partho, can we call Vijay Kumar, sir?
Vijay, sir, do you want to take?
Yes, I'll go.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this man is the famous Subhash Chandra Bose. In my opinion, he should have been the first Prime Minister of India. If I offend anyone, I'm not going to apologize, because I do not think Gandhi was that good. Even though he was a peacemaker, he gave in too much. Today we have Pakistan, we have Bangladesh, and are those countries really friendly towards India? Subhash Chandra Bose was an honest man. His death is a mystery. How did he die? Plane crash? You know, there are accidents and there are accidents. I suspect some sort of foul play. This man, even though he sided with Hitler, not because he hated the Jews or anything like that, or whatever Hitler's nonsense of the Aryans. In fact, if you look at the history, the proper history, the genetic history of the Gora, they themselves have the same DNA as us, R1A. All Indians have it. North to south, east to west, we are the same thing. I'm an overseas Indian. I come from Malaysia, but I'm of Indian heritage. My country itself was once owned by India, and I'm very proud of this man. My own father knew this man back in the early 1950s. He really wanted India to be independent, free of the British. The only thing he sided with Germany was because Germany could have knocked the British into shape. Unfortunately, it never happened. It's not because I like the Nazis. I just want to get to the British. They are the three biggest culprits who destroyed my mother country, India. My heart bleeds for India. This man sacrificed his life because he did not want the British. Because he would never have conceded to the things Gandhi, even Nehru conceded. If you know what happened in Kashmir, what is Nehru? The truth will never be told. Because Indian historians, people like, Romi Thapa and all those people, they look at only at the Mughal history, the glory of the British Empire. Bunch of pillagers, plunderers, and murderers and slavers. This man was a decent man. I don't care if he was a Bengali. All of us are the same. You, everyone, Sarta, Swarala Datta, Sijo Joy, Dr. Rajesh. I'm a Malaysian. Most Malaysian Indians are Tamils. And like me, Jaffna Tamils from Sri Lanka. But we've got Malayalis. But the North Indians, mostly the Punjabis, there are some Gujaratis and Bengalis. But we are the same thing. And this man is truly an Indian, the same DNA, the same way of thinking. Thank you.
Such a phenomenal speech. You touch my heart, sir. Really. I always love to listen to you. And one point I want to say that he was not supposed to be Indian Prime Minister. He was Indian first Prime Minister because Azadin government was approved by 10 international countries. Okay, that's why when Prime Minister Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister, he given the official acceptance of the Azadin government. Yes, whatever you said, it's perfectly true, but we want to hide the truth. Yes, this is the fact. Our history has been cooked for many reasons. I don't want to speak a lot more about that because that is time limited. But I love your perspective, the way you express your thought. Thank you so much for expressing your fullest way of your expression and all dimensions. When you share your thoughts, you come out with your full emotion. That's inspired me very much.
If one more is, we want to hear Rajeshwari ma'am today.
Yes, Rajeshwari ma'am. Rajeshwari ma'am, do you want to take next?
Who will take up the timer role?
I can take it. I can take it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. This is your topic.
Yeah. So it's a wonderful quote. Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. Who said it?
Bal Gangadhar
Tilak, and he's from Pune. And you know, he said that because people had forgotten their birthright. And to achieve the freedom, they need to be reminded that Swaraj is my birthright. And that's how he motivated and inspired people to fight for freedom. He, along with other freedom fighters, had gone out to for the Quit India movement, and then all the non-cooperation movement, everything had started, and they had to fight against the Britishers' lathis and the blows over their head and bodies. So this quote inspired them and gave them the strength to bear all that lathi blows. So this quote inspired me also to put forth a new quote, which is called as health is my birthright and I shall have it. That's why I converted it into this quote, and I want each and every Indian to be very healthy so that they will be able to fight any kind of disease or any kind of enemies in the war, the first important thing is health. So it resembles this quote. And I salute to those freedom fighters who had inspired and motivated us. And that's why I consider always that history is very important and we need to remember it always. Thank you so much. Jai
Wow,
Hind.
ma'am. Wow, such a phenomenal speech you have given. And I love your quote also. Health is our birthright, we shall have it. And you just do the justice of your title, Dr. Rajeshwari ma'am. Love to remember all of us that health should be our top priorities. Thank you, ma'am. Now I have only one topic left. Who
Partha
want to...
sir, we'll stop. Yeah, we are running.
Okay. No issue.
Over
No
time.
issue. Now I am handed over the podium to TMOD. Please continue.
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master. It was indeed a pleasure for us. It was not just table topics, it had innovation. And at the same time, it took us through all the major events that we as a country had. We all, when Uma ma'am said that I don't remember what happened in Kargil, for a moment, even I went blank. I was thinking, what happened? Why were we celebrating Kargil movement? So, these small things, I think, yes, as Rajeshwari ma'am said, history is something that we have to see with, not with a polar lens, but then with a clear, open eyes that anything, there's a quote that says the winner always gets to decide to write what goes into the history. They say that since Rama was the winner, he wrote the history. We don't know what Ravan did. I mean, no religious sentiment here, but it's just a quote. So that reminded me. So without further ado, the most important portion of our Toastmasters meeting is the evaluation. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Vikas sir to give his general evaluator report. And please kindly vote for the best table topic speaker. I'm putting the link.
Thank you, TMOD. First of all, I would like to call my evaluators to evaluate the prepared speeches. I would request Toastmaster Namita, the evaluator number 1 for Toastmaster Nitya. Please, ma'am, Namita, please evaluate the target speaker, Nitya. Over to you.
Am I audible? Yeah, today I am facing a lot of problem in internet, so sorry for that, extremely sorry. And I have missed out some part of my speaker one, Toastmaster Nitya, though I will try to give my best in evaluation. So first of all, I would like to say that it's a wonderful speech I have encountered today, Toastmaster Nitya, wonderful, thank you very much. As per the first, you have started with the wonderful quote of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, "Tries with destiny." And that long quote you have remembered, kudos to you. And wonderful way you have connected that quote with your theme of an objective of this speech. And the main objective of your speech was really relevant with the starting point and the body part also. So 3 things I have learned, I have appreciated in your speech. That is, number 1, your eye contact, your body gesture, your hand movement, your camera angle, and moreover, your smile. From the beginning to ending, I have seen your smiley face, and that was showing that you were presenting your speech with more comfort level. That was very important for a speaker. Number 2, as per your objective of the speech was the body and the well-organized speech, and that well-organizing things you have wonderfully done by giving us the informative things. From the one part of the India, from the another part of the India, it was just like a roller coaster, and you have given a wonderful knowledge and explanation of every design and patterns which was related and famous in every area of our country. And I have learned about the meaning of Jamdani, which was used in West Bengal. And I also didn't know that the meaning of Jamdani, and you wonderfully explained about that. So kudos to you, Nitya. But from a very beginning stage to lead you in a very good stage, means to good speaker to best speaker. This is my responsibility to give you some recommendation which I have noticed throughout the speech. Number one, maybe I know that you are the kind of speaker who can speak very fast. So somewhere you are speaking very fast, your speed of speech, and I didn't get the pause, which was very important while you were delivering your speech, because our listening power is very less than the speaking power. So whereas you have given a very important important explanation and meaning of our different design and patterns, so you may give some space and pause in between your speech. That would be more helpful for the audience to cope up with your pace and speed. That was the one thing. And number two is your comfort level. I have means audience awareness that was missed out in the very beginning and initial part where you have stumbled. I thought that you were just recalling your speech, and that could become more better if you would have practiced few more times before delivering this speech. So these two things I have noticed throughout your speech. Until unless everything is so good. And in a nutshell, I have to say that you have made a beautiful, colorful painting throughout your speech by informative speech, and few basic colors if you would have, just like slow down your speed and just give the audience awareness by just delivering with the flow. If you could have done that, then your speech would be whimsical, phenomenal. So again, congratulations, and I will always say that you would become a very great speaker in your near future speech. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you again.
Thank you very much, TM Namvita. You have very well incorporated the sandwich model of the evaluation. You started with commendations, then you have given recommendations, and in the end, you have given the summary. That is the perfect way to give the evaluation. And your transition from the commendation to recommendation was very smooth. I haven't found that you are giving any negative feedback, but the way you have given the commendations is really commendable. Only thing I have one recommendation for you. When you were saying that you started with a quote, it would have been better that you just have repeated that quote. That is only recommendation from my side to you.
That was so long. That was so long quote. And second thing, I have missed that quote because of the internet fluctuation. Sorry for that. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you.
Now I would like to call evaluator 2, my dear friend Toastmaster Partha. He will evaluate Toastmaster Satya. Over to you, Toastmaster Partha.
Speech. It's really mesmerizing me. A speech started with a baby crying. It's really hooked the audience, right? Why baby is crying? Such a wonderful starting. And Satya sir pointed out how we can importance of a wonderful starting, surprise with a baby cry. Then he come to his father. How his father took him when he was too little, just put like that. He was just depicting the picture. This picture coming out in front of us. We are just seeing the picture. And when he has grown up, his father took on the shoulder, just like that. He was not speaking, he was acting. And we are just seeing these images in front of us. It was happening with us also. We are remembering our childhood memories back to this. And through his speech, he was too comfortable to changing his positions. He taking different position to play the different character. It's such a wonderful thing. When he depict his father, he took the one side. When he tried to mention his, he took the another side of stage. Such a wonderful thing is that. Now I come to the topic is mentor. He just have a conversation with a young engineer in the workshop, and he's telling he don't have any plan. It is common features. All we don't have plan when we started the career. Now, how he inspired him to make a plan. Not only that, in the meeting, he give him the space to speak out, but he is not able to speak. He identify where he is lagging. Pull this point, help him to coming out these problems. He is the actual character of a mentor. Each and every positions he hold this person's hand to overcome this stage. After few years, when he all equipped his knowledge, experience, still he feels suffocating because he is not getting the right position to flourish. He getting opportunity outside of these organizations. Then mentor also happy because his mentee got the actual path he was guiding for a long time. It was so inspiring story. Each and everybody should have a mentor like Prasad, because mentor only can shows the right way to unfold our true potential, to use our best potential that we have. Satya said your speech was so phenomenal in terms of stage, depicting the character, voice modulation, hand gesture, all the aspect. It was fantastic. There is two things I want to recommend you. You can make the better finishing, and in the between you was little bit hesitation. That can you overcome. Otherwise, your speech was fantabulous. I love and enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Partho. I also really like the speech given by Toastmaster Satya. You started very well, and you have also repeated some part of the speech given by Toastmaster Satya. That is the most important thing and most engrossing thing about your evaluation. You also followed the CRS method. You have given commendation in the start, then the recommendation, and then the summary of all the points. My only recommendation is that you stretched a little bit, the commendation part you have stretched a little bit, so you overshoot your time. So keep track of that only. Thank you very much. Now the second part of evaluator, general evaluator, is to call his tag team, which keep track of the meeting in terms of time, in terms of filler words, and then in terms of the language used. First of all, I would like to call my timer, Toastmaster Dr. Rapata, ma'am, to give her report. Over to you, ma'am.
There's a quote called as, it's always about the timing. If it's too soon, no one understands. And if it's too late, everyone is forgotten. So we need to keep a track of the time while we are speaking, and that adds importance to our speech, and it is well understood, and it engages the people. Let me share my screen. I had not done the final listing about the prepared speeches. Nitya, Toastmaster Nitya and Toastmaster Satya had exceeded a little bit of time. Then table topics, you can see almost everybody had covered within time. And then our evaluators, Toastmaster Navamita and Toastmaster Partha, had also exceeded the time, as you had seen, 3.15 minutes and 3.10 minutes. So just take care, and your evaluation was very nice, but if it would have been within time, it would have added more grace. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dr. Rajeshwari. You have very well brought the importance of the time at the start of reading out your report. I have one recommendation for you. In the start, when you were giving the time limits, but you haven't defined after how many minutes you will show the green card and when you will show the yellow card. That part was missing. Please.
I had put it in the chat. That's why I put it in the chat so that everybody could read it. I missed
because
it.
New guests, they don't know when you are going to show them green card or red card. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, my second auxiliary role player, my tag team member, Toastmaster Sijo Roy, who was playing the role of AHA counter. Over to you, Toastmaster Sijo.
There's a small correction. So if it is AHA counter, I think it's Toastmaster Sarthak and the grammarian.
Sorry for that. Toastmaster Sarthak, because you are coming after 2 months. So well, mistake on my part to remember that you are the AHA counter. To the mystic man, Toastmaster Sarthak as AHA counter.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot, General Evaluator, for welcoming. And as a R counter, we all know that it's all about maintaining the fluency. So today, it was an amazing way we all the speakers have presented their speeches as well as impromptu as well as evaluations. So let me share my report, and I hope you all can see my screen. So kudos to all of you who have just a minute. Sorry for that. Yeah. So kudos to all of you. You all have done a fabulous job, as you can see automatically on the screen. There are so many less members have used the ums, and so most of the speakers and evaluators have just used that and so, which is automatically mentioned on the screen. And all the evaluators plus speaker have done the fabulous job. I was not able to find even a single ohms. Kudos to all those who haven't used any ohms. In impromptu, we can see Toastmaster Satya, guest Mathur, Toastmaster Nitya, Toastmaster Parvat, guest Vijay, Toastmaster Rajeshwari. So these are all fabulous. I wasn't able to find any ums or filler words in these. Plus, if you talk about evaluation, there are very less, so that can be worked upon again. And Toastmaster Satya, as a speaker, I found somewhere that you were repeating some words, so that can be worked upon rather than just repeating 2 words again and again. That can be worked upon. Otherwise, it was fantastic, astonishing, and it was all about great meeting today. And I love the way playing a role of our counter after a long time. Fabulous to see all of you. And that's all about my report for today. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarthak. Wow, what a report. You returned with a bang, and I really appreciate that. The enthusiasm which you have brought to this report is commendable. And the way you have presented the report in Excel sheet with the color codes, I'm sure that everyone will take note of their ahas and ahus and will improve over them. Now my third teammate is none other than a grammarian, Toastmaster Sijo Joy, ever smiling, ever happy. Sijo Joy, over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So first, I would like to mention about the word of the day. It was a good and relevant word for today's day, and I could note that everyone who spoke at least used once the word that was freedom. I could personally note for 12 people who have used this word. So a big kudos to all the people who have used it for the day word of the day today. As the good words, I've just noted few of the words and the good idioms and the thoughts that came up through today's meetings are. On first, I would go with the good words that I have noted: multi-dimension, conjure, antidote, legacy, exceptional, analytical, dignity, uphold, infiltration, mesmerizing. Few of the idioms that I could note down was dull and dry, measure the level of hunger, good fit, put scanners on, fly high, not keep in our nest, keep alive in our memory, adding colors, sandwich model, depicting the picture. Some thoughts that I have noted down are as follows. Coaching is co-creation. KISS represent keep it short and simple. Big dream starts with small steps. Freedom comes at a price. Health is my birthright, and so on. So these are a few of the things that I have noted down, and I could not make any specific note on the improvement side. As we go further, I will come on those. A few I have just noted are on the preposition side, maybe that we could carefully use on, but I don't have any specific example to quote on as of now. Thank you. This is over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sijo. You have incorporated all the things like good words, good idioms, and the unique thing which you have included are the good thoughts in your report. My only suggestion is you can give all these good things or good uses in a slide form so that everyone can easily grasp all the good words and good idioms. Now I will give my report about the meeting. First of all, meeting should have started at 7, but it started at 7:03. So we should not wait further. We should start immediately at 7. We have to adhere to the time. And then the Sergeant of Arm, Sijo Joy, as I told, that ever smiling, ever happy, Sijo Joy, he set the ground rules for the meeting in a very well way. Then our ever inspiring and as well as smiling President, she introduced the guests. She first greeted the guest and then took their introduction. This is the right way to start the meeting, ma'am. As a Toastmaster of the day, you very well started by asking questions, and that set the tempo of the theme of the meeting. And then very smoothly you amalgamated the question with the theme of the day, that is freedom. Congratulate you for that. You very well talked about the freedom and the importance of the freedom. My only recommendations in between the introduction of different role player to you is that give small introduction about General Evaluator, Toast, the TT Master. You just have given one-liners about their name only. You should incorporate all those things, ma'am. And then the table topics were amazing. All the participants, I found that one after another, the star worlds were coming. Tendulkar and then Kapil Dev, everybody was like that, hitting 6s and 4s. I really enjoyed. And I must congratulate Toastmaster Partha for that. He has very well connected the theme of the day with his table topics. Congratulate you, Partha, for that. Just I have one recommendation for you that for the benefit of the guest, you should have somewhat explained that what is table topics, because the first timer, they don't know what is table topic. You should have explained that table topic means impromptu. I will give you a topic, then you have to explain on that. And the second part, you should encourage the guests after having one or two table topics from the seasonal Toastmasters. Overall, it was very good. You have even made the table topic speakers engaged by giving the example from the speech as well as from your personal life. That was the good thing about that. And that's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Swanlata.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Vikas, the General Evaluator. We'll definitely take in all your inputs and implement it to have a more wonderful meetings ahead. Thank you very much. As a Toastmaster of the day today, I didn't get much opportunity to express because of a constraint of time, but then I would like to ask any one Toastmaster to tell some incident that you remember more close to your heart regarding the Independence Day, something, maybe a funny incident or some realization, or any one of you can just volunteer to just introduce something that you had, your thoughts on Independence Day could also be given. You can have a Toastmaster guest, Mathu sir or the Vijay Kumar sir, anyone?
Yes, I do not know. This appears to be another table topic for me. But nevertheless, I would go back to my school days where I was given a responsibility, the responsibility of distributing chocolates those days to all the 6th standard students of my school. because each one had a responsibility. And there was another person distributing for 7th, there's another person distributing for 8th, and then lower down, 3rd, 4th, like that. For 6th standard, I was responsible. And there were about 120 students in 6th standard. And I was given the responsibility on the Independence Day. So the previous day, I collected all the chocolates, retained it with me, took it to my house, and the next day I took it to the school. And when I started distributing, I was not able to identify persons who were in different sections. So I started distributing sweets to the 7th standard students. And in the process, what really happened was, apart from my class, apart from my section and the class, other students were not able to get the sweets, and they had to collect it from the 8th standard leader, and then they had it. So this is one instance where I muffed up the whole thing. But in the process, I understood that when you function as a whole, somehow or the other, things get ironed out and everybody was satisfied. There was no interference by the management. The teachers did not interfere. Normally, the teachers would interfere and then they would shout at you. Maybe sometimes I could have been punished. But that day, that did not happen. But the savior came from my senior, and I thought this was something which was remembering in the mind. The moment you asked me this instance, this came to my mind, and I thought I'd share it with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. This brings back to my memory, like being in a defense area. I was born and brought up in a complete defense area. So for us, it's Independence Day, Republic Day, or any major day. The only task is get dressed up early in the morning and visit different sites, because within a half a kilometer, you will be having some spot, they will be hosting something. So all I have to do is go there and act good, salute, take chocolates, and come back. And in the evening, we used to sit and fight, like, how many chocolates did you get? How many chocolates? So that is one memory. Thank you, everyone. Now I just pass on this podium to, as a president. So before I conclude and declare the results, I want the guest to give their feedback. Sibi, guest Sibi, can you just give me your feedback?
Today meeting was amazing. Like before, I used to log in with some nervousness, but today, just like I just log in like normally, and I enjoyed the whole meeting. It feels I feel really connected to everyone. Although I did very bad table talk session, I feel nothing. Like I just like I don't care. Like I take it easy like that. You have another opportunity next week like that. I have taken. So it's really nice, and you guys are so amazing. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Sibi. It's so amazing and so nice to hear that from you. You're welcome to our club, and I'm hoping to see you as a member so that you can completely participate. And regarding table topic, it is like either a seasoned Toastmaster or an event. It is always your caught on. Some days you click so well, and some days it's like you will go off. So no issues for you, and we would love to see you joining more of our meetings. Toastmaster Vijay Kumar, sir. Toastmaster Vijay Kumar, sir, are you there? I think maybe he's disconnected. Rajeshwari ma'am, are the certificates ready? Ma'am, you're on mute.
Ma'am, meantime, you can take the feedback from
it's ready. It's ready.
Mathu Siddha.
So, Mathu, sir, can you just give us your feedback on how the meeting went?
Yes, sir. Thank you. This is the 4th time that I'm getting a chance to speak. Even in my club, I will never have a chance to speak for the 4th time. And I'm glad that I had it. I mean, I totally enjoyed being part of this meeting. I was just listening to all the quality speeches and the interesting table topics. And what was most interesting for me was that one take-home value that I will carry into my club is that when the timer showed the green card and the yellow card, there was a time that was punched over there. I think that is something which we were not doing in our club. And I will borrow this best practice and then take it to my club too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It's like, it's our delight to host such a seasoned Toastmaster. Thank you very much, and do be visiting our club and bless us with all your feedback so that we can improve as a club. Thank you very much. Now, Rajeshwari ma'am, can you just share the results one by one? So that.
Yeah. Just a second.
Yeah. By the time Rajeshwari ma'am shares, if someone any of the members have some feedback, some suggestions, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Or
Can you
please
see
share.
this?
Yeah.
So these are the certificates.
Okay. For the
You can see the best primary role.
Okay. The best primary role player. I'm happy. I'm back. I'm taking the certificate after a long time. So Toastmasters Swarnalata. The next. For the best prepared speech, I don't think there is any guess for this. Anonymously, it is selected as like Toastmasters Satya. The best auxiliary player, the handsome chunk who is written with a band, Toastmasters Atak Arora. And the best evaluator, Toastmaster Pata Bhattacharya. Congratulations, sir. And the best topic, table topic speaker, guest Vijay Kumar, sir. Congratulations to all the winners. I will post all the certificates in the group. Thank you everyone. It was a delightful meeting. I think now the floor is open. No, let me close the meeting. As a president of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club, I declare meeting number 190 closed, and I'll also